Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. So, on the antepenultimate day of January...
Yes.
Did you do the crossword?
I did.
And was it the ultimate January crossword?
It was dizzying for me.
Ah.
What about you?
I found it, I just wrote down one comment here as I was solving it. Ouch. I think that neatly summarizes my difficulty with the crossword. I was able to persevere, but did find it to be a bit of a challenge until I finally understood the theme. The theme, it was rather helpful to understand that.
Yes, definitely.
And but even knowing that, I was still having lots of trouble making lots of wild assumptions.
I got caught in the upper right corner, and I was afraid I wasn't going to finish the puzzle.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I hardly ever don't finish a Wednesday. I don't know the last time I couldn't finish a Wednesday. But anyway.
Those little brain cells came through in the crunch?
Well, I walked away from it for a while.
Ah.
Came back, and then I'm like, I think I can figure this one out. So, and I did.
Yeah, I don't know if I had too much trouble there, because 16 across cherish, I put down adore, and I really adored adore, so I stuck with that through thin and thin. I didn't know what to do with 13 down, go over again, because when I was trying to solve that, I didn't understand what was going on with the theme yet.
Right.
And so I needed a 5-letter word that meant go over again, review, something, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
But eventually I did. So perhaps we should discuss why I couldn't figure out the answer to 13 down, which was rehash.
Because
it was
not a word.
It's not a word. It was missing an H.
There were several non-words here.
Yes.
In the theme, but yes. Anyway, the theme, first of all, it was dizzying because it went up and down instead of horizontally like it usually does. So, and the and as alluded to, some of the answers were not real words, or they did not include real words. They just included the beginning of those words, and the reason for that is the theme. The theme was encapsulated in 7 down, which was the revealer, event that might feature unlimited mimosas or a literal description of the answers in the starred or themed clues. And the answer to that was bottomless brunch. I have never heard of that before. Bottomless brunch. I guess, it's just an all-you-can-eat brunch.
Sure.
But anyway, so the themed answers all had at the bottom of them, the last word in the themed answers was a food you might see at a bottomless brunch. But because it's bottomless, the last letter is missing, making it a bottomless brunch food. So the first one was 3 down, which was remedy for a cold, and that was cough syrup, but it wasn't syrup, it was just SYRU, syrup. But, okay, so bottomless syrup. Then the next one was 25 down, which was raise one's glass, and that was propose a toast, but it was just toast. No T at the end.
Propose a toast.
Right. Then we had 9 down, which was help avoid disaster. And that also kind of threw me for a loop because I've never heard this phrase. Save one's bacon. Only it was just saved one's bako. And then we had 13 down, the aforementioned rehash, which was go over again. It was just rehash. And then we had 53 down, which was no goodnick. And the answer was bad egg. with missing the last G.
Yep.
And then finally we had 39 down, little scamp. And that was ragamuffa.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure all of those were debut answers since they weren't really real words.
They were indeed. They were indeed.
So, but yeah, that was the theme.
Yeah, I figured this out in 53 down with bad, because I thought it was good. I had the word bad, E-G, and I'm like, wait, where's my, I don't have room for the last G. And I'm like, I thought, is it a rebus or is it just missing? And I decided it was just missing.
It was just missing because it was a bottomless brunch.
But that gave me a lot of confidence in the rest of the answers I was flailing about with.
Yes. Yes, that one was pretty blatant.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, it is surprising to see a gimmick like this on a Wednesday.
Yes.
But we've seen things like this where the letter was not missing. It was put into like the top of, for instance, with bad egg, the missing G would have been in the last row. And we've seen puzzles, I think Jeff Chen might have made one of these, where he put the missing letter in the top row of the next column.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes they'll hide them in the black squares.
Right.
Yes. But this,
or they'll make a turn.
Right.
It'll be next to the second to last letter.
But it's always a surprise when it happens, and always a pleasant one.
Yes.
Once you see what's going on.
Right.
I had trouble with getting started. One across, home of Spaceship Earth, and I'm like, huh? And it was Epcot.
Epcot, yeah.
You knew that?
I knew that.
Oh, that would have sped things up. What also didn't help me was 2 down, the 2024 Olympics host. I thought Korea.
No.
Then I thought Seoul.
Nope.
Then I thought China.
Oh, my.
Eventually, these were all places that had 5 letters, and the Olympics had been there. I'm surprised I didn't put in Banff, although I don't know if that's... Let's see, they had a Winter Olympics there, right? Or did they?
I think so.
Has Banff ever hosted a Winter Olympics?
Well, Vancouver, I think, hosted it, but a lot of the events took place.
Yeah, they had to ship
downhill skiing and such, yeah.
Where there was snow, right. That always helps. Anyways, it was Paris, and that if I'd had that, then that would have definitely gotten me towards Epcot.
Yep.
4 down, some sorority members informally. That could be anything as far as I was concerned. It turned out to be Omegas.
That's right.
And 20 across, Game of Thrones actress Diana Rigg.
Yep.
How old is Game of Thrones? And how old is Diana Rigg?
Well, she just passed away a few years back. But, it was like her final role.
Okay.
She played a very old woman.
All right, well, didn't have to use a lot of makeup, I guess, then.
She's a great actress.
Yes, indeed. I can remember her from, what was it?
The Avengers. Not the Avengers. Is that what it was called?
No, the Avengers are a group of superheroes.
Well, I think that they were called the Avengers, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did Marvel pay them?
No.
It sounds right. We'll go for...
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It was a show that started in 1961, and it had and Diana Rigg. She played Emma Peel, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
And she was very young then.
Yep.
That was sort of a cute show.
It was.
As I recall. Not as good as the Avengers nowadays, I mean. But still, for its time. 8 down was amusing. Let's see. What might be necessary after a crash? IT help.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
What did you have for 21 across? Appropriate for all gamers.
I had no idea. I guess I put rated G.
That's what I put.
Yeah.
Because I had the R from 18 down, mind find, which had to be or, pretty much.
Yep.
And so I thought, it's rated, and I just went for G, but it was rated E for everyone.
Yes. And that was another reason I was having so much trouble in that corner, because I had that G there. And I'm like, it looked like gone, the word gone going down.
Yep.
And I'm like, gone? I just... And again, saved one's bacon. I'd never heard that phrase.
Really?
Nope.
Well, if you were a pig and about to be slaughtered and someone came and rescued you, you would have saved their bacon.
That's true.
I think I've heard that phrase. As a vegetarian, I should not be paying attention to it, but still.
Saved one's bacon?
Save one's bacon. The S of ones ran into 38 across. Gemma's role in Crazy Rich Asians was Astrid. I just heard the name Astrid, and I can't remember where. It might have been in Wicked, because I'm listening to Wicked right now.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And
some unusual names.
Yes.
Novel.
But the name sounded right to me. It's like, even though I have not seen Crazy Rich Asians.
No, me either.
Let's see. We had 27 across. That was Minnesotan Trio, and it was ENS,
Yes.
E-N-S.
I did get that one right away. I figured that out. I'm like, oh, it's ends. I know that one.
How about 23 across right above it, the West Coast team on scoreboards, LAA.
Well, no, I didn't get that right away because it was like that could be a lot of things, because there are many West Coast teams.
It is a very long coast.
Yeah, I mean that's a baseball team.
Yes.
But I mean there's also the LA Dodgers, which I guess are LAD. And there's the San Francisco Giants, and there's the San Diego Padres, and there's the Oakland A's, and so there's just so many baseball teams. But then there's football teams, and there's basketball teams. So
curling teams, maybe not too many curling teams. Probably more in the hair salons.
There have been many things. So no, I did not get that right away because I'm like, and I definitely didn't know 12 down. Major or minor part of a tarot card deck.
The Arcana?
The Arcana.
You didn't know the Arcana?
I had no idea.
No. We just had, a few days ago, it seems to me, we had Esoterica. So we had Esoterica, and now we've got Arcana.
Yep.
Will is trying to tell us something. I'm not sure what.
Or like old medieval type stuff or something.
Well, I was wondering about the difference between Arcana and Esoterica. And, I mean, they both refer to knowledge that is somewhat obscured and hidden from you. But Esoterica is sort of more, I think, geeky and intellectual, and Arcana is more mystic, more occult. And that's why the tarot deck, it makes sense. But I'm pretty sure that's the name of that part of the deck.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to break out my tarot deck.
Yeah.
See if I can.
I'd like to see that.
See if I can predict my future. I have a tarot deck.
You do.
You never can tell when I might need to do a reading or whatever it is that you do with tarot decks.
I'd like to see that.
Use them in cooking. Wait, that's the wrong kind of tarot. I'd like to apologize to anyone who actually uses a tarot deck for mystical purposes. Let's see. But 11 down, received a card, say, was fouled.
Yes.
I thought that was clever.
Yes, and again, that did not come to mind right away. I thought, well, honored or maybe greeted, but fouled.
Yep.
Not quite sure about that.
Well, I had trouble getting 19 across to work. Testify for was vouch.
Yes.
So that once I got that, I was in pretty good shape there.
Yes, once I got that G out of saved one's bacon, then vouch came. Because I didn't even think of vouch because I had a G there, and I thought, well, it wouldn't be VG. So anyway, yeah.
In that same area, we had 29 across. Shack, whose name translates as I'm sorry, let me try that one more time. Snack, whose name translates as breaded, was empanada.
Empanada,
which sounds like the name of a car that Chevy would make.
No, it's an Impala.
You want to drive? I bet there's some giant Land Cruiser called the Empanada.
No, I don't think so.
And it's got a very unusual paint scheme. It's actually not painted; it's breaded.
Right.
They have a lot of trouble with dogs throwing themselves at it. Here comes the old empanada.
Oh, it's a giant empanada.
That's right.
But I was very proud of myself. I got 31 down right away. World of Warcraft or Rune in brief. RPG. I know that one now. Role-playing game.
I did not get that right away. I had the PG and then went for MPG for a bit before settling an RPG, but in my defense, I was sort of fatigued at the time.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know 31 Across. Star Wars heroine, Rey.
See, there's Rey, and isn't there Ren? I always get these two confused. It seems it seems to me there's someone in Star Wars named Ren. Are you unfamiliar with Ren?
Well, it sounds familiar. Kylo Ren. Yeah, well, he's the bad guy.
Right.
This was the heroine. I thought, oh, Leah, but no, it's only 4 letters. So it had to be Rey.
Also male. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But still. Let's see. 59 Across I thought was amusing. Professor's goal, tenure. It's like, a professor's goal is to enlighten their charges, to bring knowledge and inspire, and maybe get tenure.
Mm-hmm.
Get on as many committees as possible. That would be another goal.
That's always great, isn't it?
That's my goal.
To be on as many committees and take on as many special project students.
We had 50 down. Popular logic puzzle was Ken, which I just like to say.
Yes.
So, yes. All right. Well, this was a splendid crossword. The 10th by Sophia Mahmoudis.
Very nice.
And yes, she started.
Got me all befuddled.
Befuddled?
I did make it through.
Well, don't worry. Thursday's coming.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a snap. Going to be a breeze.
I doubt it.
Remember, listeners, watch out for rebuses. All right. Well, that is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening. We love feedback. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com. Let us know what we've done right. Let us know what we've mispronounced. That could be a really long email, but anyway, we're looking forward to it. You can also drop us a note through the send fan mail link. And that is it for today. We'll be back again with our cutting edge analysis of a crossword that may or may not contain a rebus tomorrow.
Bye-bye.